Hey guys, what's going on? My name is AJ, and we are back on another episode of Let's Build a Theme Park. That's the one. It's a beautiful sunny day here at the Zono theme park. We still haven't really got a name for it. I think most of us have just been calling it like the Zono theme park because any series of ours, we always just put Zono in front of it. It just seems to work, doesn't it? But anyway, today I would really like to build another roller coaster. I really want to improve that as well at some point. Maybe we'll come back to the last boat standing and just make it a bit more of a refined ride. It looks a little bit out of place. It looks like a giant paddling pool, doesn't it, at the minute? So that's something to work on. Today though, I'd like to build another roller coaster. However, a roller coaster with a little bit of a difference. I want to build either my voice. Does it sound weird to you? It sounded weird to me. That's better. Either a dual one, so with 2 tracks, or a triple one. I don't really want to do a quad one because that's going to make it way too big. But if we can get it so that there's actually 3 carts that go round all at the same time, then I will be a very happy bunny. I think that's going to be really, really cool. So if we have the start of it here, and as you can notice, I'm using stone. Now, smooth stone in this texture pack has a sort of cobblestone texture. It doesn't matter too much. I want to build a mining ride, like a mine shaft. If we can make it look like a mine shaft, that would be so cool. I think it would be a good idea to start with the inside one as well. So, we all know how roller coasters start. Roller coasters always start with a little bit of a gradual uphill. You then stay at the top for a little bit. We obviously don't want to make this too high. We don't want it to be a crazy high roller coaster because it's in a mine shaft. I think that makes sense. So this is probably the highest that it's going to get. But then when you're at the top, you're then going to come down at just a little bit. We're going to keep it maybe just off the floor, just so we can come down another one. Okay, and then we're going to come round the corner here. I'm going to do the corners like this. They're a little bit sharper than what I usually do, but that's because we've got to remember that we've got 3 tracks to also come round here. And I think I might make them individual, like when we put the mine shaft around it. If you can imagine, if we had this here, and then we get this and this. We put that there, and then this over the top, and then we've got our mine shaft look, yeah, with the obviously the stone up either side, and up here. If we can keep it so they're individual, at least for little bits of it, and then they join up close together for other bits, I think that'll be pretty cool. So we're going to come around here, and while I'm setting up a sort of track for this, I want to talk about a question of the day that was asked, which is a pretty cool one, and it's a cool one because I'm really interested to hear what your answer is to it. The question of the day is, what is your favourite film? Favourite film, or favourite films, because maybe some of you have got more than one. I know I've probably got more than one favourite film that I really enjoy watching. The one that always springs to mind whenever I think of favourite films is actually quite an unusual one for me, because it's you'd probably think it's not one of my sort of films. I'm not a huge football fan, okay? Football isn't my be-all and end-all. Like, I don't mind watching it if it's on TV and if it's 2 teams that I like or, want to watch, then I have no problem sitting down and watching it. But I'm not an avid follower of football or soccer, for those of you in America. But I do enjoy watching it when I can, when I'm not doing anything else. There's always something that I'd probably rather be doing other than it, but I don't mind it too much. We need to come out like this for this one. Yeah. But surprisingly enough, one of my favourite films of all time is a film called Green Street. Now, I would doubt that a lot of you have heard of it. If you have, then awesome. If you haven't, then don't worry. You're not you're not insane for not being able to or not seeing it. It is an 18, and it is a football film. Now, the film itself isn't all that great. It's called Green Street, and it's not amazingly crazy film. It hasn't really got that of amazing storyline. It's not really that well made. It has got, I can't remember the actor's name, but the actor does the Hobbit in the Lord of the Rings films. I'm sure you know who I mean. And yeah, it's... I need to come out another one for this one, don't I? Yeah. Let's come out another one. Oops. And then like that. Okay, that's going to be interesting to do. So I can't remember his name, the Hobbit guy. If someone says his name in the comment section, I'll instantly know, and I'll say, yep, that's the one. But at the moment, I can't quite remember his name. But he plays like the main character in the film, and it's all about football violence, or soccer violence, and how crazy fans can get over games and over who they're playing. Pretty brutal film, which is I sort of enjoy. I sort of like the brutal films, you know, with the fights and stuff like that. But I don't know why, it's just one of my all-time favourite films, just because of that. There's not really much more to it apart from it's a bit brutal. Another one of my favourite films is another weird one. This is looking so cool. This is looking awesome. Another one of my favourite films is quite a strange one. It's actually a film called what was it called? Bank Job. That's it. A film called Bank Job. And Bank Job is, well, you can probably guess what it is. They rob a bank, and it's set in old time England. So, like, in the sort of olden days, I can only suspect it's around the 50s. I don't actually know, but I can only think that it's around the 50s because of the sort of cars and vehicles that are used. They're sort of very old Ford Transit vans and such like that. Really, really cool. You know, it's old school bank robbery. They stay there like over a course of a few nights. They've got a whole team of people that know what they're doing and are all there for a reason. And then you've got the dumb one. Again, it's a little bit of an older film. It's been around for a long, long time now, but it is one of my favourites. And yeah, that's one. If you haven't seen that one, I recommend watching that. Maybe if you're I know it's an 18, but I think it's okay for people over the age of 16, maybe. If not, it's probably not the best film for you guys to watch because it hasn't really got any violence in it. It's just got a little bit of adult jokes in it, more than anything. Just adult jokes. You probably wouldn't really understand them all that much if you're not of that age anyway, without insulting the younger viewers, obviously. But let's go away from films that you guys can't watch. Let's get onto films that maybe you either can watch or have watched or maybe will watch because I've recommended it. I actually really... Now, this is going to make you laugh. It's going to make you laugh. I really like the sort of Disney... Is it Disney? No, Pixar. They're Pixar animated films. Like, I really enjoyed Shrek, but everybody's seen Shrek. Everybody knows who Shrek is. If you don't know who Shrek is, then I don't know where you have been for the last... God knows how long. I think I want to add another... Yeah, we need three blocks between it. That's crazy. Whoops. If you haven't seen Shrek, then you have definitely missed out. Monsters Inc. I've seen. And Monsters Inc. University is also one that you must watch, guys. If you haven't seen Monsters University, then you really, really need to. It's a really, really good film. I love the first Monsters Inc. and Monsters Inc. Or Monsters University, sorry. was only it was at the same level. It was great. Do you know what I mean? Most sequels don't usually end up as good as the first one. This one 100% did. 100%. So be sure to watch that one. Another one that maybe I probably expect most of you to have seen, but might not have, is a film called Over the Hedge. Over the Hedge is a Pixar film about a bunch of wildlife animals, and basically they just want to get some, I think it's food from what I can remember. They want some food from the houses nearby, and oh, it's so funny. It's a really, really, really funny film, and I haven't seen that film for a really long time, but I would so watch it again. Like, I hate watching films more than once. It's something that I really should start doing, but I just don't like watching more than one film or a film more than once. It's just not my sort of thing. Something that I do need to watch though. Two things. Well, there's actually quite a lot of them, but two main subjects, if you like, that I really should watch, but I haven't watched. Is I've never seen any, in fact, of the Lord of the Rings film. Now, I hear that they're amazing, and I've even had comments of people asking me if I've watched it, so it must be good if people are just generally asking if I've seen the films. But no, I haven't actually seen any of the Lord of the Rings films. It's very sad because they're meant to be amazing, and yeah, definitely one. I would say, even though I haven't watched it, I would say if you haven't watched it, you should. And what has happened here? That's better. It's like the weirdest corner I've ever made in my life. If you haven't watched it, then I think that you should. From what I hear, they're really, really good. Okay? And the other one that will really come as a shock to most of you is I've only ever seen one Star Wars film from start to finish. I have seen probably most of them, like, here and there, or I've seen bits of them, but I've never seen, I think I'm going to put the start finish line here, you know. I've seen most of the films in bits, like when they're on TV, but I haven't sat through and watched them all singly, if you like. Oops, have I frozen? Oh, my controller's turned off. I just stopped. I was like, well, what's going on? Oh, my batteries are dead. I'm going to have to change my batteries. I'll be back in a second. Okay, I can move again. Is it just me, right? Or are the... Whoops. Is it just me, or are the batteries in the Xbox One controller impossible to put in with no light? Like... It's just like the Xbox 360 ones, they had like a little battery indicator. They had like the little shape of the battery. It's like something like this. So that was when the battery was facing up. And then this one would say that the battery would face down. On Xbox One, they don't have that anymore. They just have like a plus, the tiniest plus sign and the tiniest minus sign. And whenever I need to change my batteries, it always takes me forever just to get them incorrectly. It's so annoying. Okay, so I'm going to do something that you guys always recommend and always say that I should do, and it's to put detector rails before the uphill parts. Now, the only trouble with this is that when I last tried it, it just didn't seem to work. It didn't power the powered rail as it should. Now, I know that they should, and I know a lot of people do it this way, but I usually shy away because it always breaks for me. It either doesn't stay on long enough, or it just doesn't stay on at all, and it drives me insane. Okay, so that should be that. It's not the biggest roller coaster in the world, but it is going to be really cool once you're on the inside. I'm hoping that we can put a fake spawner in there. I know we can't actually place down a real spawner, but we can put down some mossy cobblestone to look like a spawner, and maybe a bit of black wool in the middle to sort of represent the spawner with some chests around it. Things like that would be really cool. Obviously, ores is a definite must-have in the walls. We've also got the wood bit to go around the outside. So when you're on the ride, it's going to look really, really cool. This part I really want open. And I know that this route that we're doing currently is going to finish first. But I don't mind that. We've done a ride already that will get to the finish. Or that people will finish at the same time. When we've done that with the go-karts. This one has to be powered. Oops. Yeah, that they both finish at the same time on the go-karts. So I don't really need to do another one of those. I don't mind them finishing at different times. But let's give this a crack. I will be surprised, in fact, if it works. I'm not being funny, but I've had it before where it hasn't. Yeah, like that. Exactly like that. Oops. Exactly like that. That's exactly my problem. Now this one powered fine. I think it's because it's uphill. Let's move it. Let's put it here. Oops. I wanted this one. And then that one goes there. I'm going to have to shift these around. Like this. Like this. Like this. You know, that might get it all the way around. I wonder if that's the problem instead. Because that one powers fine. Yeah, did you see that? In slow motion, this powered rail never lit up from this detector rail. It didn't do it. You watch very carefully. The second one, the first one lights up. The second one, that powered rail never lit up. I've had this problem before. I think I had it on the last roller coaster after you guys were saying that I should do this. Because I wanted to do it like that. It hides... Oops. It makes it easier because you don't have to put as many, or if any, levers down. But if it's not doing what it's supposed to do, I have no choice but to put levers down, do I? That one should work. And then we're not going to make it... Are we going to make it? No. With no chance. We're not going to make it all the way around here. So let's put it down. That one. And... Oops, I keep hitting the wrong one. And that one. That should maybe get us to the end. Possibly. I don't want to put down too many powered rails on a flat part, because that's not how a roller coaster works, is it? The roller coaster works off its own inertia. Aha! Good so far. You know, we might actually make it. We might not need that powered rail. I'm going to take out that powered rail. I like it when they work off their own inertia, so where there's only powered rail when it's uphill, because that's exactly like how a real roller coaster is. Whenever it's like a steep uphill part on a real roller coaster, they always have that little chain that pulls up the cart, but the rest of it is all gravity. Yeah, we are going to make it. These minecarts are pretty fast. Oh, that slows down just right for the end on that route. Okay, I like that one. I like that one. So what other films have I watched at least recently and really enjoyed? I'm actually going to see the new Fast and Furious film very soon. Next week, I think it is, or something along those lines. I've been talking to a friend, and he gets 2-for-1 tickets on a Tuesday and a Wednesday. So you only have to pay for one ticket, and you both get in for free, which is pretty cool, I think. He got that through his insurance company or something like that, through car insurance. Comparethemarket.com or the Meerkat, you know, the Meerkat advert. If you're in the UK, you probably know. If you're in the US, you probably think I'm completely mad. There's an insurance company here in the UK that has like a Meerkat as its sort of logo / character, if you know what I mean. And that adverts are pretty funny, but yeah, they've got this thing on. If you get car insurance through their website, I think it's for the whole year. You get 2-for-1 tickets on Tuesdays and Wednesdays for the whole year. Very, very interesting. Very, very cool way of sort of promoting it and getting people to come come through your website. My voice, man. But yeah. So yeah, Fast and Furious. I've seen all of the Fast and Furious films. I'm actually a big fan of the films. I know that they're crazy. I know that they're a little bit mental. I know that maybe they're a bit over the top and they're not realistic, but they're not meant to be realistic. They're meant to be a laugh. They're meant to be a joke. That really is the whole fun of them. Oops. And if you can't see that, then it's very sad, because as soon as you realise that those films are just for a joke, they become very, very fun to watch. Very, very fun to watch. Okay, let's try this one out. I need another button. Did I just go up a little bit then? Okay, let's try this route out. Whoops. Okay, going good. Now this one's a little bit longer, so the powered rail needs to sort of work harder to get us all the way around. This is going to be the telling one. It looks like we're going to make it. Oh, it's a nice speed to finish. I like that. That slows down really nicely. Okay, this last one. We've done so much today. Oh, well, we have been going for over 20 minutes, admittedly. Let's put this last one down. And then next episode, we can work on making it look like an actual mineshaft. I think to get down 3 tracks in one episode is a great job. It's actually longer than what I thought it was going to be as well. I didn't expect it to last this long, like as you were riding it, which is why we're going to make it look really nice on the inside, to make it at least seem that it's longer than it actually is. But if it's actually going to last a while, it looks like the detector rail needs to be on a horizontal and not on a diagonal for it to power the powered rail next to it. That's the only thing I can think of. I'll have to look into them on the Wikipedia. It might just be a bug with this update, or just with console. I don't know. I'll do some research for you guys. Unless you guys know of the answer in the comment section, then obviously then tell me, or just let me know. But if you don't, I'll hopefully do some research and let you know for next episode. This one, I'm going to be very surprised if we make it all of the way round with no hiccups or without stopping. I'll be very, very surprised, because this is a very long way to go. I mean, how many blocks is this? That must be like 10, 20, 30, 40-ish blocks. 50-ish blocks. I'm just guesstimating here. 60-ish blocks. Roughly 70. Roughly like 75 blocks without power. So if we make this all the way around, I'll be very, very surprised. I'd also like to hook these buttons up so all 3 of them go off the same button. Possibly. We might be able to do that in the short amount of space that we've got. We're a little bit compact on this coaster, but we should be okay. Okay, so this is the important one. That's the speed that we need. I'm not feeling good about it. Come on. Oh, yeah, okay. Yep, that works fine. We made it. I'm cool with that. Alright, guys. Well, we're going to leave it there for this episode. If you guys have any ideas of what else we can add to this little mini mineshaft ride, then let me know. At the moment, I've got a spawner that I want to put in. I've got ores that we want to put in. We've got the wooden posts that we want to put in. I don't want to put a stronghold in there. It's not big enough. Maybe we can do a separate stronghold ride at a later date. But for the moment, I think mineshaft is a good theme. Anyway, guys, we're going to leave it there. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe. We shall see you in the next episode. Bye!